Hello, my name is, I don't normally do this, but my name is Gio Santilli. If you haven't been on the channel before, um, welcome, I guess. This is a new type of video where, I turned 21 and I wanted to talk about that a little bit. I think I just feel a lot worse for whatever reason now that now that I've hit this age. I don't necessarily have a whole lot of thoughts, like concrete ideas in my mind right now as to why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling. I'm hoping maybe just talking them out to a camera will help me find them. It's just been really, really unnatural. I think like a lot of people at this stage in my life, it's a lot of changes. You know, um, people changing, environments changing, and it's really odd because I feel like I'm so excited for the change and so looking forward to it, while at the same time still struggling to kind of like break out of the shell of the person that I was. And not that this change requires me to be a new person entirely, it's just I feel like the closer that I get to when I'm supposed to be leaving on my trip, for example, which is what this whole channel is about, the more that everyday life just starts sucking. And I have so many good things in my life, so it's bullshit to even talk about, but it's like this undeniable feeling of waking up in the morning and just not being excited about the day, which I'm sure a lot of people have that feeling. It's not something that's normal or something that at least I want to live with, and I've seen the other side of it, and that is the thing that's just so persistent right now. It's that like uncomfortable, just disgust, discomfort. Like I was talking to a friend a little while ago about the type of pain that I'm feeling like I'm in, which is, you know, it has, I call it in the middle pain, right? Because you have pain that is very minor and you can distract yourself from it or work through it very quickly and it's nothing. And then you have major pain, not the movie, but this just earth shattering, everybody's gonna have your thoughts and feelings are validated at every second because it's like the world's collapsing around you. But then there's a third type, and I think the large majority of pain, which is in the middle of those two. And so often I don't know what to do with the in the middle pain. I can't emotionally invest in that pain for whatever in the same way. It's like I have been, and I cried once, but I have been trying to cry recently. And I'm super emotional, by the way. I cry at movies all the time. It's kind of my outlet, like in conversations. But like just in my own life and my own things, it was like every time that I would get to that level of like breaking down, another voice would come up in my head and just be like, "Well, it's not actually that bad. You shouldn't be feeling this bad." And that voice wasn't making me feel better either. It was just making me feel worse about the way that I was feeling then. If that makes any fucking sense. I don't like to sit here and just talk about problems. I don't like to just cycle problems through in my brain over and over because it just creates this downward spiral, and I attract so much more of those things in my life. But it's hard to deny when things just feel so out of place, when enough problems feel like they're popping up. My focus lately has been just trying to give everything up. And I think I talked about this in a video that it might not have been released yet, actually. But it's the whole point is like I want I have a strong calling to go somewhere, right? Right now it's to get this movie made. And I want to be able to go there headstrong, feel like I have that level of control, but at the same time, I want to be able to give up everything to the universe, to God, whatever you want to call it. And because I'm so sick of being pulled along for this, ride of materialism. I just want to stop having to hold on to so much. Stop picking up the phone, every time that a certain issue or thing comes up in my life and I have to respond. I don't know. It's hard to track my thoughts right now. And I probably just feel like I'm rambling, which is what I need to do. And this is going to be a lot of what I'm doing on the channel coming up here. This channel specifically, it's a lot more stuff like this, just talking. I really think that these types of conversations, like this is, I seriously thank you if you happen to be watching this, because I'm doing this for me, It's very obvious, this channel, like, the road's going to be lonely, and I'm going to need an outlet, a place to be able to share my ways of thinking, and because, I mean, especially lately as I'm going through it, if things start blowing up and I don't have a place to go ahead and just sift through it all out loud, I don't heal in the same way, I don't think. I wish I could be anonymous, right? I could put this on a different channel, right? But if you were watching this video right now, there's a high chance that you know me in real life. And that's what is kind of uncomfortable about all this, because I like the idea of, like, talking out to, this invisible audience of people out there, just looking at the camera, knowing it's like a beacon to a whole bunch of different people. And I like being a faceless person within that, where you see me, it's the first time, and you don't have expectations about what I am, or, there's nothing, there's no type of life crossover to where you're scared of what I'm talking about or anything. I'm scared I'm going to screw up. This is all very long-winded to say that my biggest levels of growth lately, right, have been with this girl, Jane Doe, right? And Jane was a friend of mine for a long, long time, and I was in love with Jane, and I couldn't get Jane out of my head, and there's never an opportunity for me to make a move, and we were such good friends, I didn't really want to anyways. I didn't want to mess that stuff up, but Jane was just on my mind so consistently, and within these last couple months, Jane has, like, pretty much exited my life. I went and told Jane about these things, the feelings that I've had, and my reason for doing it was wholeheartedly for myself. It was to be able to get over that, it was felt like the, in my reality, thing that I could do to have some sort of control over the situation. And I did that. But now, you can imagine that I might not be somebody that Jane wants to talk to anymore, or haven't been in a few months, which is unnatural. I don't really know why I'm talking about this necessarily, but I do know that that's the number one source of pain, of in-the-middle pain. I know it's a bullshit thing, but the way that events played out, and the way that the universe kind of said to me, hey, you think you're controlling the situation, just watch. And the realization of what it feels like, even though I got my way, or got what I expected, when I am out of control, because it sucks. I don't know, man. I'm hoping that I can find myself in that feeling of just acceptance of these things that are going down. I think that's the bigger lesson that's at play here. I'm just failing to see how all these little pieces connect, these relationships that I am making more and more mistakes with, the people that have left my life already. I don't know, it's so sloppy, and it doesn't feel like it's me. So much of it, it's like I know it's me. So many of these mistakes that I'm making are fixable too. It's calling out people when you shouldn't be calling it, just being rude. It just feels like I'm being put through something on purpose. It's like my thoughts are being pulled out of my control constantly. I think to just let me know that that's where I'm going to find peace, of letting the thoughts get out of my control, feeling comfort in that, letting it be, just existing, and I know these things. I can speak like I know these things. I can speak to you and maybe help somebody else out with these, but I still don't get it, and I'm just waiting to get it at some point, and maybe getting it is to give up the fact that I'm ever getting something, right? And just go along for the ride. That's not a maybe. It is. But how? How do you do this? I think there's something about getting to create, the sort of art that I'm creating. I get to go back to normal when I work on these things, still. Especially these last few weeks, finalizing my script, which we're going to talk about in this channel soon. I get in that state, and it is peace. And synchronicities start happening all over the place. I get that forward momentum that just doesn't stop normally throughout the whole day. I've had still even with having that feeling, real trouble actually getting work done lately. I mean, you can go look at my main channel and look at my upload schedule, and see pretty easily that I haven't been keeping up on it as much as maybe I should, and it really is. It's because of all this, you know. The 21st birthday thing is what really, like, I was just sitting there last night. Okay, all my friends had left. I had a great day. I had to hang out with my family, my friends in the evening. Um, it was absolutely amazing. But like the second everybody left, I was sat outside on the porch smoking a cigarette, and it was amazing how quickly the weight returned. Of just, and this time it felt like it was more of a slap in the face than a gradual setting down. Now I'm missing this energy that I had before, and I'm sitting there realizing that, like, there's other birthdays after this, but there's no, like, this is the last birthday where I get to graduate to the next stage of, like, our era of human existence. Like, it's just true. And I don't feel pressure by it. I just feel like it's so odd that as I'm hitting that age, so much of the work that I have done on myself feels like it's going to the wayside. It's not that the things I've done are gone. It's just that I'm so much less apt to execute the things that I know I can do, whether it's actions or just keeping thoughts positive, or like I like saying to myself, just doing high vibe shit, getting stuff done, get my momentum going. It's just not hitting for me. Not doing it. I don't know. I feel like I keep running out of steam. I'm on the verge of saying something and I can't find exactly what I'm supposed to say. I guess because this is going out to a group of people, if you feel like me or have felt like me at any point in time, please reach out, because I would love to pick your brain on this stuff. I mean, it's again, there's so much floating around, so many in the middle problem that I can't identify what I'm really even struggling with, but just the world of 10,000 things all hitting at once. Right as your 21st birthday comes around, and also right as you feel like you're on the brink of, the next stage of your spiritual journey. It's, I don't know, yeah, if anybody's been there, hit me up. I'm hoping I can start to find more comfort talking to the camera like this. I do feel better right now than I did at the start of the video. And I won't forget how grateful I am for all this around me. The fact that I get to wake up every day and be on this ride in the first place. The fact that I get to at least think I have a level of control to it. And the people that I get to spend it with, especially. So many great people. Many of which have not been treated to the level that they should have by me. It's all still perfect. That's what I'm going to keep remembering. And I don't know. I feel like I could keep going on, but this already sounds like such a fucking ramble anyways. I'm out of steam. Deuces.